Yeah, heavier than I'd want, but not as heavy as it could be.
Sounds normal.
Yeah.
Stank up.
Alright, bush line. 2 to 3 hours to get to the bush line. Where we came from, I think.
Well, it's nice every year to do at least one adventure where there's a bit of off track, a bit of off piste, some unknown that we've never been before. So for this year the plan is to hike up into the Thunderbolt range in the Kaimanawas, if we're up to it, where none of us have been before. So yeah, it should be a good 5-day adventure.
Actually, right now I'm okay, but half an hour ago I was already thinking of turning back.
Excited.
Well, the trees are getting shorter. That can only be a good thing. It means we're getting near the top.
Yeah, just hearing, I was like, who told you that? He was like, I don't know, Jess told me that.
Best you could hope for on a trip, 5-day trip like this is a 5-day fine forecast, and we've got that. So, but yeah, looking forward to some amazing terrain, amazing views. Made it to the hot bit.
Yeah. Yippee. I'm knackered.
I wasn't super excited when I found out we were doing this trip, but I do love tramping, so this was actually a really nice sort of tramp. Some really cool, got a really nice view of Ngātahoe and Ruapehu.
The views on the Umukarikari track are just amazing. You know, you can see 360 degrees all around, all the big mountains in the central North Island, and you can see right over to Te Raupinga and Puriora, and right down at the bottom of, or at the top of Lake Taupo, Mount Tauhara. Is this it?
This is the spot.
Nice and flat. Quite exposed, but there's not much wind, so that's awesome. Yeehaw! Oh.
Water's down in that gully. That's where the water should be, down here. Somewhere there'll be a tank.
That's just going down.
This is homemade dehydrate. She's just been reconstituting.
Yum.
It was nice. It was not too bad at that stage, and you know, we got a good little site to put up our fly, but the wind just came in as predicted and quickly became pretty heinous with the wind. And in fact, you know, I think it was amazing that the fly didn't come down, but my sleeping mat decided to give up the ghost, so here I was sleeping on the stones in a howling gale, and I just thought, oh, what the hell am I doing up here? And I had a little hissy fit in the middle of the night.
I showed us some video of it last night. The walls were it was so windy that it was just like, it was a long night.
Tramping's not my most favourite thing. If I do go tramping, I do like to get up to the tops, because then it actually becomes a bit interesting in terms of the views that you see. Yeah, we've got to get to this actual true summit of Umukarikari, which is at 1601, is it? When Jonesy suggested doing the Thunderbolt range, I was kind of in two minds. I knew that I probably wasn't fit enough. Decided to give it a go and see what panned out.
We've walked for about 20 minutes and we made it to the summit. So we're just going to drop our packs and go have a look, take some photos.
I first went into the Waipakahi Heart when my parents took my sister and I there when I was the same age as Annie. And so it's great to be able to pay that back or pay that forward or however that works, and just to share that place with her. Finally see the heart. We're down the valley down there. Not far to go now. Well, I couldn't be prouder of those two girls. God, last night was just one of the worst nights I think I've ever had. Just incessant flogging all night long. And that was a really long night. But in the morning, those two, positive as you can imagine. It was my decision to leave the tent behind and go light with the fly, so we had half a shot of doing this Thunderbolt trip, but that was the price we paid. It was a bloody long night. How does it feel to be at the hut?
Feels good. Feels like we're going to have a good sleep tonight.
Oh, yeah, I'm pleased to be here. I've got sore feet today. I think it must be from coming downhill. I don't know. River looks good for a swim. Woo!
Well, we had a lovely day in the hut yesterday. Now an evening, lots of cards, and now we're heading up that hill behind me there towards Thunderbolt. I think the chances of us doing the Thunderbolt range is pretty low right now. We'll make a decision when we're up there, otherwise we might cut back down to the river and have an easier trip down the Waipakahi stream. So see how we go, see how we're feeling once we're up on the tops.
Tired, but loving the view so far.
Not as bad as I thought. It's okay. At least we've been in the bush, so it's cool.
Breaking out onto the tops. The thing about adventures is if you try to force your will on them, then you aren't listening either to your people or to the environment. And if you ain't listening, you ain't hearing what you're meant to hear. You never know how they're going to turn out. The Thunderbolt range wasn't quite the right objective for this trip in the end. Probably a bit ambitious wanting to do that or trying to do that off the couch. But we had a wonderful trip all the same. So that's the Waipakahi River in the distance. And a couple of ridges options we have here. We'll take the left-hand spur here. And the Thunderbolt range is somewhat distant beyond that ridge. But this is a sweet trip in its own right, that's for sure. It's just beautiful here. Ruapehu in the distance.
Actually, yesterday, funnily enough, was the best day for me. I didn't find it too bad going up, and it was just interesting terrain. We weren't on a track. We were doing our own thing, and the terrain was varied during the day, and I really actually enjoyed that. We're just off track here, kind of cruising through the bush. We're down off the tops, and now we're heading down a little stream to get to the main Umukarikari. So this is the view that I can usually see of Jones when we're walking. Just sort of see a flash of blue in the distance. We decided we'd go up towards the Thunderbolt, but turn off and go down another ridge, and then down a spur to the Waipakihi. And actually, that was a really good move. And once we got down to the Waipakihi, we just, we continued on down till we got to the Thunderbolt, or a campsite at the Thunderbolt River, which was just super amazing. Jonesy said it was amazing, and I sort of said to him, well, I hope it is, because by that stage I was knackered, because we'd climbed up, and then we'd gone along, and then down, and then along the river, and for quite a long way. It was 7 hours yesterday, and so it was amazing when we got to this gorgeous little campsite, and with this massive swimming hole, and you could jump off, and we just jumped off the rock, and it was freezing cold, but it was just so nice. Okay, so here's our campsite at Thunderbolt Creek. It's pretty amazing. Where we've had dinner. But just down here, we've got the Thunderbolt River, and it basically gorgeous little waterfally kind of rapidy thing here.
It's a lot of pasta.
Yeah, it's you and Mum.
We've got parmesan somewhere too.
Parmesan cheese.
Use the very tips of them to do the tiniest little one. Yeah, that one. Oh yeah, that's so small. Yeah. Well, here we are this morning. Sun's just getting on our fly.
How's the night?
Yeah, it's quite long. I couldn't get to sleep even though I was tired. Feeling good this morning though.
Eat a fire on a cold morning.
Josie's taking out some rubbish of these hunters, and fire's almost out. We need to put that out, and then we'll be ready to go. About 8 k's, 3 along the river, a couple of k's up to the tops again, and then about 3 k's back down. The last day along the river, yeah, it was nice, but actually it's a bit painful walking along river flats. I've got quite torn up legs, and then we climbed up Urchin, and that's, it's just a hard climb, another long climb, and then lunch on the tops, again beautiful views, which was nice, and then down, and just the down goes on forever. I'm glad I actually did something to challenge myself these holidays, and makes life a little bit more interesting than just lazing around and having fun.
He is finally here, which is just perfect. We're ready to go, ready to leave.
The good thing about terrain is it's not going anywhere, so Thunderbolt Range will still be there for another year, and I'll look forward to that on some future day.